326, this is 713. The jet stream by now, there you've got about 30 seconds to on station. Get your people back and head down. This is going to be a big one.
Right, this is going to be a comparison video for the MTP British Army issue Goretex jacket. This is the heavyweight version. There is also a lightweight one which you can really pack down small. It hasn't half of the features as this has, and it will give you some degree of protection from the elements. Now, in this video we're going to be comparing this one with another one which looks like it might trump this. So we'll show you that later on, but in the meantime we're just going to be going over the basics. Now, this is, for me, obviously, I am NATO size 180/104, so that's your overall height, and I'm 6 foot, so 180 centimeters is fine. 104 is your chest. Now I'm around 44 inch chest, and this is pretty much bang on for me. So the measurements from under your chin, where the collar is, down to the bottom hem is 86 centimeters. It's 33.5 inches, just over. We've got two large pockets on the chest area, which are all Velcro, and they're quite roomy actually. They're pretty much like your side pockets of your combat trousers. That is 8 inches squared by, how far does that come up? Yeah, it's about 1.5 inches deep, so they're pretty roomy pockets. Same, you've got a rank slide there, so you put your rank on there, or insignia or ID, not a problem at all. Velcro from top to bottom, it just makes it easier and quickly to stick it on there rather than trying to match up each panel and stick it on. Talking about being outdoors and bad elements, you want something that's going to be strong. It's actually going to work and stop the rain coming in. It needs to be easy to use. The last thing you want to do, the very last thing you want to do, is to fanny around, mucking around with zips and buckles and poppers and all them sort of things. You want something nice and simple, which isn't going to let you down. Now all this does is it just allows you to gain access to your smock or your undergarments, whatever you're wearing underneath. And they've also put like a little webbing band there. There's a zip pull, makes it nice and easy. The actual interior of the jacket, I must admit, is fantastically high quality. It really, really is. And I do get quite a few questions on my channel saying, I'm new to prepping and survival, etc. What kit do I need? And I always say the same thing: try and get military surplus kit, new if possible, because obviously you're pretty much guaranteed new condition without any little surprises, but obviously whatever you need it for, get a grade 2 if you want to. You're looking for originality there. Let me just zoom in on that. Well, there's the label, as you can see there. It's got the NATO stock number, and the second code there, 99, that actually represents the UK. 17 would be Holland. 00 and 01 would be America, and you can also look up your own country code via the internet. Pretty straightforward. The size, as I mentioned before, 180/104, just happens to be perfect for me. MVP, where it says there, moisture vapor permeable, I think. I'll have to double check that. I'll put it on the screen if I cock it up. And all of your information's on there, and all of your washing instructions is too. Incidentally, while we've got it close up, the stitching and every single thing on these is just incredibly, really, really well done. And I'm not beating about the bush, it really, really is. You do get what you pay for. So you've got a really large, generous flap there, which is pre-creased, and that is just designed to basically stop the rain and the wind blowing it in sideways, because now and again when you are outdoors, the wind and rain comes from all over the place, so it's very, very handy to have that. And the zip obviously it's nice quality too. It's all good. Speaking of zips, you've got a double zipper there, so you can zip it up and zip it down, and it rides very, very freely with no snagging issues whatsoever. All of the seams on the Goretex are just perfect. You know, I've had a good look over this, and so should anyone. You know, if anyone is buying any Goretex material, check the seams. You know, it may look brand new on the outside, it may look in mint condition in the bag and everything. If the seams are starting to come away, or they've got like bogey bits where it's all been dried up and flaking off, that really is no good, because it will keep the rain out to some degree, but on heavy prolonged periods you will get wet. The water will get in through here and it will just make you soaking wet, which is what you don't want, obviously. Yep, the seams, even around all the pockets there. Really, really cool. You've also got a hanger there, so if you want to hang it up, which is also nice. You've got Velcro fasteners in the back for the hood, which I want to get out now. The hood is very, very important. You want a lot of protection around all of your head area, not just exposing your face, everything. And you've got some pulls there. And all you do is you just pull them down to really tighten it to you. Yeah, don't worry about being a fashion pro. You might look silly, but I'll tell you what, you will be totally dry rather than having all your face poking out and it running everywhere. The same rule applies. Check all of the Goretex seams in the hood, especially the hood. You know, because if you are out in mountainous terrain, etc., and the elements do close in, you really want your head dry at least. So, I really, really like this actually. So that one just rolls up and goes back inside the storage area there. All out of the way. At the bottom we have another pull, and that is actually elasticated shock cord. So you can move the toggle it there and get it really nice and tight to you, you know. So, yep, so far so good. Everything's looking fantastic. So, I only thought you could get two jackets, the lightweight and the heavyweight. Turns out I was wrong. Also, I know Mac Tightwad is not a fan of these, but it does the job. It's just big Velcro to keep your cuffs nice and closed up there. So that's pretty much the heavyweight MTP Goretex jacket. This is brand new. You can pick these up for around £50 plus delivery in the UK. I'm not sure about overseas. You have to check with your own eBay supplier. Sometimes if you are lucky you can pick these up for £40–45, and if you do pick them up, if you get them brand new and sealed in the bag, you're onto a winner. You really, really are. You could get second hand, you could pay any price, everyone's after a bargain, but at the bottom line is you really don't know what you're going to get until it turns up. It might look perfect and you might check it over and think it's great, but it might have a tiny little tear in the stitching underneath. And it's not till you go out and you think, oh my god, I'm getting soaked all around my neck or something. Yeah, you might save £10, but guess what? So it's always a good idea to get new if possible. So we're going to be weighing this in a minute. Incidentally, if you really wanted to pack it down, it's not the smallest piece of kit, but you've got the lightweight version if you really want to pack down small. But this offers more protection and it's a lot better made. Right, on to the next one. Right, this has literally just arrived within the hour, and to be honest, being Easter, I expected it Tuesday, Wednesday, so I'm very, very impressed. The company where I've got this from is Strikeful Supplies. My good friend Scott over in Wessex recommended them to me, and Wild Soul 62, she also resides in Somerset, and it's not too far from her. So she actually said, I got this, I wore it on the Brecon trip that she went on with Armour Cockroach. pretty much saved her life up there. The weather was that bad, and should we say someone else who wasn't wearing Gore-Tex actually got soaked to the skin. So it does make you think, you know, in this day and age with modern advances in materials and textiles, it's really worth looking into. Right, enough flannel. That's what you're seeing on the ticket there. Now my guess is these are going to be issued to REME troops. REME, for those who don't know, Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers. They're going to be exposed to petroleums and accelerants and fluids. So this is slightly more robust. Now what have we got in here? Oh, instructions. Very good. Do not bleach. That's a very good idea. So, it's pretty much an unboxing video. Now the only thing with this, for what I know of to be true, is the sizes aren't the same as the others. Now as we said earlier, my size is 180/104. This is so big I can't even get it in shot. It's 180, it's the same length as we're about to see. Yep, there you go. Yep, 87 centimetres, 34.5 inches, so it's there or thereabouts. But this is a 112, this is slightly wider in the chest. So it makes sense if you are wearing clothes underneath that you're not going to feel too restricted within your movements. Straight away, some of you have probably noticed already, one of the main things is you've got a shock cord around the waist. So if it is very, very cold, you can pull that in there, and that is just going to seal around, let me see, between your stomach and your rib cage, your bottom of your rib cage. And all that's going to do is to prevent any wind and air getting up there and keeping this area here, your core, warmer. It's going to keep the heat in and retain the heat better. So I'm always a big fan. I always use more draw cords on my smock around my middle. Always have done, always will. I mean, you don't have to, but personally I like to. It's pretty much exactly the same jacket with the same features in there, other than this. Now, Mr. Tightwad, this would be for you, sir. Where's the Velcro? It's all gone. The Velcro is gone, and it's been replaced with neoprene inserts, and they're pretty much elasticated there. So yeah, that is going to pretty much prevent any fluids and contaminants getting up your arms and stuff. If you're filling Bedfords with diesel, etc., perfect. And it's been really well put together actually. The quality, once again, is second to none. And you know, I've heard stories of people buying expensive outdoor hiking jackets for £200, £300, £400, and you know, someone's gone with them on the same hike wearing something like this for it's £50, and they've both returned after God knows how long trekking in the mountains, both bone dry. So there you have it. It's just a cheaper option. That is one of the reasons why I always tend to lean towards military issued kit. Brand new if I can, because if a bad day comes and you're going to have to bug out for real, you're going to want something in good condition. You don't want something that you've been wearing on and off for years, that's second hand, it's falling apart. Because when you really, really need it, it's nice to have it in mint or near as good condition as you can get it, so it's going to last a lot longer. Don't forget, if bad things happen, there's not going to be any shocks, and you're not going to be carrying no repair kits, etc., to make it as good as brand new. So looking at it quickly, I'll tell you what I'm actually interested in seeing is the information on the side. It's only fair that we open it up and have a good look. Same as before, but no, this is nicer. I wasn't expecting this. This actually has a pocket. It's not just a gap to get to your smock, which is good. Let's see if I can get that off. Right, there we go. And they've actually put the info label on the pocket. Oh yeah, I'm really liking this. This is a lot better. And it's the same price as the one I just showed you. So you've got two choices. You go for this one with an internal outside pocket, is awesome. I've never seen anything like that. And it's also suspended. Can you see that? Just to allow airflow to your body. I really like that idea. So in fact, it's like a floating pocket. And as you can see, the size there is slightly different. I'm not sure if you can get these in all sizes. I believe there's 20 different sizes. In the previous one I showed you, I believe there's only 4 in this style of garment. So that's the options and considerations available to you on this particular item. And also you've got a flap there just to protect you from more elements, which is fantastic. And you might as well look at the hood to see if there's any differences in the hood. I don't believe there will be. I think they're all going to be pretty much the same. Yes, you've got the same tightening cord there. All the seals are guaranteed. As I say, if you are getting something Goretex, try and get new if you can. You know, in the past I've had second-hand stuff because it's cheaper, and only to find out it's been repaired. Sometimes the repairs are good, sometimes they're bad. And if you are repairing Goretex, you're not going to be using needles and threads. But if you do, you're going to have to use a special sealant adhesive and a special Goretex tape. Now, if you go into buying all of that, it could cost you the same, if not more, than the jacket itself. So, for simplicity, I just advise you to buy a brand new jacket. So, exactly the same, rank slide there. I'm loving the cuffs actually, that's mint idea. And obviously the waist cord. So, they are the differences of the 2 British Army MTP Goretex jackets. I'm going to weigh them now to see what the differences are. Well, this is being put back in its bag that it come in, just to make it easy to fit onto the small scales. As you can see there, you've got 894 grams. In old money, it's £1 15.5 ounces. Now obviously you've got to consider a very, very silly amount with a bag, but you get the idea as a general. This weight is for the petroleum version. Now let's get on to the bog standard one. Right, this is the standard one. There is a difference, look at that. 698 grams, and old money £1 8¾ ounces, obviously deducting for the silly bag. So yeah, there is a weight difference. So there you have it. Well, there we have it. That's all of that gone over. The bigger one, the petroleum one, I'm just going to call it for ease at the moment. That's actually on the bottom, and I've laid the top one on top. Pretty much shoulder to shoulder on one side. I just want to see what the actual size differences are. Now it's not a really lot on the width there, you're only looking at just under an inch width difference. As a length distance, you've probably got about an inch longer on the other one. And it looks like the arms, the armpits, you've got another 2-inch grace underneath, so it's a bit more roomier to move around, which is also cool. And yeah, the arms are about an inch or so longer, so it's not really much difference, to be honest. I think I can handle that. So there you have it. 2 really cool jackets, both perfectly capable and very affordable. Hope you've enjoyed the review, guys. It's something different, but I can't find any information on these petroleum jackets on YouTube, so there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay funky.